HTB family, how's it going? Welcome to Hold the Ball. Hope you guys are well. Thanks again for tuning in. Hope you're well. Hope you've been good, honestly. Before I get into formalities though, DJ, hit that intro. Alright guys, it's good to be back. Again, thank you for tuning in. Yes, this is about the forum that we had, I believe it was last week or the week prior. Right, the Warriors were hosting a forum. They sent email to Warriors members. And for those, obviously, New Zealand, I think it was made for them, but it was good to get a email nonetheless. So the original poster here was 1995 Warriors fan, who is a contributor. And also had there as well player agent, again just giving them credit there. This was the NewZealandWarriors.com fans thread. But yeah, I guess what I'll be doing is sort of just summating the important parts, or what I think was the important parts for me, and again giving you guys my thoughts and feelings around all of this. Right, so I guess without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so basically the original poster said that as they already went in there, basically there was already an awkwardness, right? The awkwardness being our season, right? And I suppose because of that, there was probably a sense of energy in the sense that people didn't want to, I guess, ask questions because it would be rocking the boat. And obviously, we don't need to rock the boat anymore because as fans, we're being rocked. But obviously, don't we dare rock the club though, right? Even though it's fine for them to absolutely rock us in terms of results and news that happens externally, outside the field. But don't we dare ask some hard-hitting questions. So again, straight off the bat, I'm disappointed. All right, I'm already disappointed. And again, to give you guys context, this is before the Bulldogs game. Okay, just there. So one of the first points was Robertson, right, wants to put a large investment into pathways for New Zealand players. Obviously, I'm going to assume this means New Zealand players in New Zealand coming through and hopefully playing for the Warriors, which I think is a good thing. Obviously, we know and understand now, in particular, especially the Warriors having moved back to New Zealand, just how hard it is really to try and get some Aussie players to stick around. It is what it is, and no one's at fault here. But the reality is, if you, I suppose, can't get anything over the fence, look in your own backyard, right? There's a lot of green grass there. So I suppose I understand it. Yeah. The next point as well was next year, right? There'll be an NRL team, obviously, New South Wales team, as well as an SG ball team. I'm assuming New South Wales means the Auckland Vulcans, an SG ball team as well in the unders comp, which is good. Again, redeveloping, New Zealand Rugby League, the Warriors as well in particular, which again is a very important thing to do. So again, just stock standard stuff, right? Stock standard things from the club. There'll be no NRL W team until 2025. Next point was in 2025, the New Zealand Warriors are aiming for 50-50 New Zealand players or 40-60 New Zealand players. Look, this sort of links up to the first point as well, right? But I obviously understand they're called the New Zealand Warriors. I get it, right? They're New Zealand Warriors, players in New Zealand. But at the same time, I really don't want that just to be the sole identity of the New Zealand Warriors, right? New Zealand Warriors players having New Zealand players. To be fair with you guys, I prefer the team when there's a bit of a mix, a lot of a mix, obviously, as we have now, and obviously for next year as well. I don't really like the idea of just, I know some of you there, 110% would rather just Kiwi players play. I get it and understand, but at the same time, it's not the New Zealand national team, is it? So having a good balance, I say 50-50 really, of Australian to Kiwi, I think is probably as good as it gets for mine. We can't discredit the Aussie talent there, that's the reality, right? No matter how hard, how loyal we can be to our New Zealand players in the NRL, just remember it's not the national team. And to be fair with you guys, if you can get a player who's very good from Australia, I would rather them. In most cases, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, right? It is what it is. All right, and point number 5 as well was COVID-19 affected junior development. That's quite obvious, obviously. New Zealand Warriors having been over in Australia for the majority of the last couple of years, to be fair with you guys. And obviously the juniors not being able to go to Australia, travel, and I suppose back forth. To be fair with you, it is what it is. So there's definitely a lot of roads, I guess, to drive on, to cover. a lot of tracks to really get back on it and try and clean. So again, just a part of the messy situation there, but again, it is what it is. Other point as well was point 6 was don't expect the NRL to give the New Zealand Warriors any further games next year. Anzac game as well. There's no interest. Also as well, obviously there may or may not be some teams playing in New Zealand, right, hosting games. If they did, don't expect Mount Smart to be playing in, which I think is good. But the first part as well irks me. It really gets me going. Everyone's thanking the New Zealand Warriors, and they're all thanking them as well. But at the same time, when it comes to Anzac, when it comes to these little things here, no thank you. No thank you, Warriors. Know your place. That really, really, really hacks me off. All right? We do all of this for the betterment of the game, regardless of our results. I won't go there. But the point is, we do our bit. And the NRL still tell us, nah, still Anzac in Melbourne. It really oh man, honestly, I don't know how you may feel, but I know for myself, I'm not happy. That really gets me going. Really, hacks me off. All right, point number 7. The Storm, Sharks, and Bunnies. The Warriors basically collectively admit they were not good enough. Of course, they weren't good enough. They were stock standard rubbish, but it's a standard that, to be fair with you guys, is what it is. Obviously, some of the other losses were not as bad. However, at the same time, they're still losses. I would even argue and say that the Warriors should have really looked at all their losses, the majority of them anyway, 90% of them, and said that they weren't good enough. Right? To be fair with you guys, they weren't. Right? Raiders game, for example, comes to mind. Yeah? You could look at that. I don't know. The Storm, Sharks, and Bunnies, not good enough. It's, pointing out the obvious is okay, but it's just an obvious, and it just relays back to how bad we are, I think, anyway. So again, pointing out, just I don't know. I don't really know how to sort of conclude that one there. Apart from the fact that just point out obvious, it's obvious. What do you do? Point 8 is the signings for 2023 are committed to New Zealand, and obviously I think this is important. Namely, the Australian players, I think, is who we should be looking at directly. And again, that links back to point 4, right, where I was talking about the 50-50 or 40-60. Again, it's as important as it is to obviously secure the identity and being New Zealand, from New Zealand, having New Zealand players, Kiwi players. We should still not give up on that Australian search. To be honest with you guys, let's not give up, because there's some gems. We've had some gems, Australian gems. Don't you worry, right? Who've contributed to this team, right? It is what it is. So I appreciate it, and looking forward to 2023. Obviously, the players there, we have the likes of Walker, right, to Barnett, to Metcalf. So I like it. Point 9. 4 players wanted a release prior to August 1. Obviously, the club refused. One of those players was Reece Walsh. Yeah, look, for mine, just go, dude. Just go. Already, as I'm thinking about it, I'm getting upset. I'm boiling. The veins are pumping. Just go. All right, honestly, there's nothing else. There's nothing that Reece Walsh can do that will impress me, that makes me care. I'm done. All right, and I'll be honest with you guys. You know why I'm upset about Reece Walsh going? Because my heart is broken. There you go. All right, there you go. That's the price I pay for really enjoying and being very excited and loving Walshy baby. And it's probably the last time I've said that. But as far as I'm concerned, from this, that point where he signed and obviously kept on talking about it, posting whatever, I'm done. You can't win me over. I wish the club had let him go. All right, it's better that he goes. It's just awkward now seeing him. It's awkward. Point number 10 was Eliesa Katoa did not think that he could make the team. There is more to the story apparently, but Cameron George did not comment on it or sort of give away more. This club, to mind, there's just so much that happens between players and the GM or the owner. You know what I mean? It just makes me sick to the gut. Like, I understand we're humans, we're all flawed. I get it, we're not perfect, right? But I mean, the domino effect is just beyond me. This is exactly what it is. One player leaves the other, bang, 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 right? And I hope you guys can bloody meme that one. No, but you get my point. It's just, honestly, Katoa thought he couldn't make the Warriors team. and he's going to the Storm. It's just such a... This club, I don't get it. I don't get it, and I'm so hacked off the club couldn't do more to keep him. And like I said, that game he had against the Bulldogs was the best he's ever been used ever in a long time. And I'm so upset that he's going. I cannot believe it. I shake in rage. I shake in rage. Going to the Storm as well. Just like the Warriors didn't even think to. Oh man. Anyway, point 11. All right. So the last point as well was that they want to finish on a high, aka not get a wooden spoon. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a good summation of the Warriors this year, or the Warriors in the last couple of years. All right. Apart from that flukes. And look, I love the Warriors like no one. I like the Warriors like you do, like anyone else does. But 2018 was a fluke to me. I don't care what anyone says. It was a fluke. Like, we started off well, and then we literally dragged on, and we only just held on. It was a fluke. It was just no. And look at us and look at the result after that to this point. You know what I mean? It's what you call what do you call it? Oh, I forgot the word. Anyway, just a random occurrence, basically. Yeah, just finishing the high, just avoiding the wooden spoon. Yes, right. And at the end of the day, that was it, right? And that, again, like I said, I just got the points that mattered to me. There's a few more points to that, but that's just what I thought anyway. Needed to be spoken about from my point. And ultimately, yeah, that's it. That concluded it. Disappointing, to be fair with you guys. A few good points there to work on, to mull over, absolutely, and to talk about. And obviously, again, looking forward into the Warriors' future. But a lot of things, too, said that they're just disappointing. Just very disappointing. And again, adds to what has been an absolute woeful season for the Warriors. Not much to sort of say there, really. But in particular, the fact that the fans couldn't ask any hard-hitting questions. You know what I mean? Like, for alpha this, alpha that, but let's not ask it, just... Yeah, look, I'm frustrated, but in saying that, the Bulldogs win does definitely, adds a bit of sugar to how I feel, I suppose. But yeah, that's it. Anyway, give me your thoughts. Take it easy. See you guys next time. And just remember, in life, sometimes it gives you lemons, but what they do, hold the ball. Take it easy. See you guys next time. Warriors.